I'm just short. Brother Dinker is tall. Okay. All right. Welcome to Spiritually Seeing News Family. Huh?
I'm
Yeah.
all the way back.
Well, look now, doggone it. If your head's cut off, come on, push over this way. Okay, let me push this way. But let's get the camera right, y'all. Both our heads are cut off. Okay, there we go. Is it right? Is it right? Let's get it right, y'all. Oh, I think you're 6 hours ahead of us, Dean. But no worries. We'll talk about it when we get on air. Peace and blessings, family. I know all is well. No, hey, Brother
I'm
Dinkler.
trying to see if the sound is on YouTube.
Hey, Brother Dinkler. All right, family. Okay, so look. Tonight we're going to be talking about how to become spiritually connected, okay? What's up, Terrain? Peace and blessings, my brother. So we're going to talk about how to become spiritually connected. Let me push over here because you don't want no. Come on, get in the camera. All right, so how to let's put this in. You can't be cut. No. Well, it's the same food. You got to fix your lenses. That's what that is. All right. Yes.
The lens right there.
All right, so you're 6 hours. I think you're 6 hours ahead of us in the UK. If you're 6 hours ahead of us, I think you're six because I got a couple of clients in the UK. So you're 6 hours ahead of us, Dean. But I want to answer your question. What time is it there now? Because it's like 10:30 here now. Okay, it's 10:30 here now. 10:33. So if you're 6 hours ahead of us, that means it's early in the morning in the UK. All right, family. Tonight we're going to talk about how to get spiritually connected. I want to say peace and blessings to everybody who came on. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Aria. Okay. We had somebody post a question on YouTube, and they wanted to know, how do I become spiritually connected? And basically, y'all, this is based off of the Nipsey Hussle thing with the memorial and the mother pouring libations. Now you got a lot of people wanting to know about their ancestors. So we had a question that we want to answer on how to become spiritually connected, because a lot of people are just coming out of the Christian age. A lot of people have been brainwashed and programmed with Christianity. So basically, we're going to tell you tonight how to get spiritually connected, and not in a Christian way. First and foremost, when you ask that question, you must know that it's not about Christianity. It's not about God and Jesus, okay? It's not about God and Jesus. So we're saying that what we got to understand is you're asking to become spiritually connected, because spiritual can mean so many things in so many ways. We're talking about spiritually connected in a universal terminology, okay? And universal terminology. Hey, Ozzy. Hey, Candy. Hey, sis. How are you? The memorial opened up a whole mother portal. It sure did. It sure did. What it did is it started making people question, why is she doing that? What kind of religion is that? Let's get it straight. African, traditional, they say religion. We don't call it religion. We get away from that terminology. It's not ATR. I don't like calling it African traditional religion, because it's not a religion. It's a way of life. What you want to say, Brother Dick? What you want to say? Because you're looking at me, Brother Dick. It's a way of life. Go ahead, Brother Dick.
I think a lot of times people, with the ATR thing, I think a lot of times they do that for people coming out of religions like Christianity, Islam, to make them feel more comfortable by telling them it's a religion, when really it's your culture. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I think it is. They just want to make people feel more comfortable.
I don't give a goddamn. I ain't trying to make nobody feel comfortable. As much as them damn Christians be coming at us, and you trying to make them feel comfortable?
I didn't say me.
Yeah, you just I think people use it. No,
that's why they say that.
Nah, I ain't trying to make them feel comfortable. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm not trying to make, because the worst ones that come at us all the time is Christians. Although 60% of them are our clients. Oh, they go to church every Sunday, and they, praising the Lord and speaking in the Holy Ghost and doing all of that. But then at the end of the day, you behind closed doors coming to get rituals done.
Yep, pastors' wives.
Pastors' wives, pastors. Come
the
on
pastors
now.
be doing rituals for real, y'all. The pastors do. I mean, we done had about like 10 clients where the pastor was cheating, and then the woman did rituals against his wife on the side. Then we got some cases where the pastor is actually doing the ritual work.
Doing hoodoo, straight up hoodoo
doing
in the
ritual
church.
Work on his wife that he getting divorced from and stuff like that. So it's crazy.
Look, in the church, y'all. Okay, let's not play. But you see, a lot of these religions are being exposed now. So a lot more people are waking up, right? Like my sister Candy Rain said, you know, that pouring of libation at Nipsey Hussle so-called memorial opened the whole portal. You know, basically what I've been saying for years, the ancestors are coming like the Million Man China army, and they're going to rise from under the water, from the cosmos. They're coming everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. So pretty much what we must understand is now you got people wanting to know Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. How do I become spiritually connected? And what is that religion she was doing? You know what I mean? Again, not religion. Let's change that. It's not a religion. It's a way of life. It's your original culture. It's your original culture. And if you want to get technical, if you want to use the word religion, you know what? Let's say it's the original religion. Okay? Let's talk about that. Now, let's go to, hold on. Amate says, is Nipsey Hussle in the spirit realm? Because I hear a lot of people saying that this is all bullshit. Nipsey Hussle never existed. I'm going to leave it at that, my brother. Nipsey Hussle never existed.
The character.
The character, I guess if you want to...
Well, the character, because that wasn't his real name.
That wasn't his real name. So Nipsey Hussle, yeah, if he wanted to release him to the spiritual realm, then he is in the spiritual realm. But Nipsey Hussle, the character, or Ermias, the being, no, I don't see him in the spiritual realm, okay? I'm not seeing him. All right. Now, let's get back to the topic, then we'll take some questions. And then I want to... What?
Who else you don't see in the spiritual realm?
I don't see Tupac in the spiritual realm. I don't see Michael Jackson in the spiritual realm. And I'm not professing to be the baddest ancestral reader out there, but I do know my ancestral readings, and I know when I go searching, and I ain't found neither one near them in the spiritual realm. I'm sorry, y'all. I just haven't, okay? I have not seen them in the spiritual realm. So with saying that, the character Nipsey Hussle has, peace, Dinus, my brother, how are you? I have not seen his spirit in the ancestral realm at all, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. If it's bullshit, you know, we have to be very mindful, okay? And based off the topic we're talking about tonight, talking about becoming spiritually connected, there's a few things you all need to know, okay? You have to be very mindful. We are in the great age of transformation.
Facts.
And because when the great age of transformation, you have man that want to still hold on to your mind, your body, and your soul. And man wants to see if they can continue to control the way you think, to continue to brainwash you, to continue to get you emotionally upset so you will be taking off of your spiritual path and what the ancestors have for you. So when you understand what's going on, they're going to try every method in the book to stop you from going through your physical, spiritual transformation. Okay? Understand that. They're going to try to stop you from going through your physical, spiritual transformation with saying that they will present things like this to you on the news, on TV. They will get you emotionally caught up. And while they're doing that, behind the scenes, some other things are going on. Okay? Some other things are going on. Peace and blessings, diamonds. So I want to just say this, family. What we have to understand is that this is the time when they're going to continue to hang on by the skin of their teeth. We have gotten out of the Piscean age, which is your Christian age, and we're into the Aquarian age, which means that any answer that you seek, you will no longer have to seek it from man. You will seek it from within, and as your DNA begins to reactivate, and remember what I said, because somebody said the other day, oh, Nikki, well, the activation. No, get it correct. Reactivation, because what you have to understand, at one time, 30,000 years ago, we used all strands of our DNA. Go back to your ancient walls of Kemet, okay? And you will see. Now, Daryl Jackson, peace and blessings. Erica, peace and blessings. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about is when you ask the question of how do I get spiritually connected? First thing you got to get, thank you, Dean, you got to get deprogrammed, you got to delete, and you got to reprogram. I'm going to say it again. You gotta get deprogram, delete, and reprogram your mind.
How do you do that?
One of the things you want to do is you want to free your mind. Okay? It's very important for us to free our mind. And when I say free our mind, don't limit yourself to information. Do not limit yourself to information, because at the end of the day, I like to say this: we add to our knowledge data bank. And what you want to understand is that you will leave this earth physically not knowing everything you should know. Okay, so it's always good to free your mind. I mean, read everything. Just don't, you already been taught religion. Now, how about reading everything? Read about Buddhism. Read about African tradition. Read about, the Indian, the Indian stuff. What is that again?
The Native Americans.
No, y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? So what I'm saying is, open your mind to receive, because I say where there's knowledge, there's choice, and where there's no knowledge, there's no choice. Okay, and that applies to the same thing as becoming spiritually connected. And what we got to understand is, if your mind is closed, you're not getting spiritually connected.
And Funde says Abatala is taking over. Hold on. Y'all speaking the truth.
Obatala is the head of your head, of your ori, as they say in Yoruba. Because what we have to understand too, family, a lot of people are becoming attracted to Yoruba, and it's okay. What you want to do is always get a divination, because that might not be what your traditional path is. Some people come from Ghana, some people come from South Africa, and you're not going to use Obatala for your head, or work with Obatala. That is not what your lineage traces back to.
And that's a fact, because that's why a lot of times when people do have getting Ifa readings and they're going to be initiated or something, a lot of times if they don't see a Orisha over your head, that's probably why. And so what they usually do is just put a Batala as your head. So
right. You know what I mean? But my thing is, if you don't know about a Batala, go study it. I don't care. Do learn about all cultures. There's over 3,000 tribes in Africa. I'm going to say it again. Over 3,000 tribes in Africa. And we're saying that every tribe, with the exception of Nigerians in the later day, and a few of them that have been colonized by the European, their religion, and their Muslim, and their Islam, and their Christianity, has their own gods that they work with. So basically, I always use this example, because if you go to the Igbo tribe, which is not too far from Yoruba, Igbo's god is similar and has the same aspects as Sango, and they call that god Amariaho, which is like a thunder god. So each tribe has their own gods that they call upon and they worship. You should always get a divination to find out where you fit at. And not everybody's supposed to be, everybody doing spiritual work and doing this. Now, everybody should worship their ancestors. That's without saying. Everybody, I don't care what tribe you come from, where you come from, you should always pay homage to your ancestors. However, everybody ain't got no business practicing traditional medicine.
That's true.
Everybody is not a healer. Everybody's not a practitioner, babalawo, or whatever you want to call a priestess. Everybody does. And you got people out here doing it. And, they just think they know, and they be doing stuff they ain't got no business doing. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. So we're saying that, again, first step of connecting yourself spiritually is opening your mind. Do open your mind to learn. Don't think you know everything. And, people want to come at you with a God. I had to cuss somebody out yesterday on YouTube. Because the person was like, oh, what did the person say? Something about the Most High?
Oh, yeah. They said that was because we accidentally turned the light off when we was doing one of the Nipsey Hussle show. And they said, oh, that was the Most High's confirmation that you got demons in your house.
And they got cussed the new ass too.
Because she stepped on the
yeah, because we stepped on the cord. I talk about, oh, that's confirmation. I said, really? I said, Most High, really? I had to cuss him out. First of all, and he called himself the what did he call himself?
Something prophet. No, something with scriptures. I don't know.
Yeah, something was good. Like, get the hell out of here. I said, you know what? And then what I do, y'all, is I'll get on there and I'll read something about that person that I know is true because I see it, right? I know it's true. I seen that he was an ex-drug addict that turned a Christian, and they be the worst ones. Be the worst ones. You see, I said to him, I said, first of all, I said, let me explain something to you. I said, really? God the Most High? I said, demons shudder when they come in my presence. I said, and you know what? At the end of the day, you need to take care of that demon that you got, which is being an ex-drug addict trying to be all holier than thou. I'll cuss his ass out, y'all. You damn right. Don't come at me like that. You know what I mean? And see, they do that. And one of the things we have a problem with is we have a problem with opening our minds, receiving. I still have a few people that's on the borderline, like, well, I want to learn about, I got a client like this right now. She coming to me for rituals. She paid for her rituals. But then she say, well, God, no. You can't mix the two, goddammit. You can't mix the two. It ain't happening.
A Christian will tell you that.
You know what I mean? You can't mix the two. Now, you already know about God and Jesus. What are you willing to open your mind and learn about now? Okay? You already been brainwashed and programmed with the concept of a God and a Jesus. So when you say you want to get spiritually connected, are you really ready? Are you ready to open your mind to so many things that you don't even know? You know what I mean? Even going back to ancient times, learning about your African culture. Sometimes, y'all, I feel like, all right, catch you later, Dean. I feel like we a lot of times don't want to identify with African culture, and I got a problem with that. I got a big problem with that. And I hear there's another thing, a lot of people in America that are into the Buddhism. I don't want to hear about that African stuff.
Yeah.
Be black as a goddamn cloth back here. You don't hear about the African stuff. What's wrong with you? Right? And I gotta straighten them out.
Christians do it too. I know a lot of Christians that do that too.
Right. So you're limiting yourself to your history.
But I mean, that's the Christians that's expected because knowledge was bad in the Bible. You see, in the Garden of Eden when they drank from the tree of knowledge and stuff like that, they got punished for it. For disobeying God from eating from it. So
Okay, so pretty much, you're saying to me that pretty much in the Garden of Eden, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they ate from the tree of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it says in the Bible. I'm just going by,
Okay. Now, that's another thing, y'all. I like to start people, especially the Christian ones who say, well, I want to become spiritually connected. Okay, well, first of all, let's go back to your Bible. Your Bible is truth, plagiarism, African folklore, lies. You understand? So go back to your Bible, right? And then let's go back before your Bible. Let's go back to the 2,500-year Hebrew text. Let's go back there, okay? And then let's go before the 2,500-year Hebrew text. And let's go back to ancient Kemet, where it all began. You know what I mean? And probably before that, okay? Before that. Let's talk about how voodoo, which just means spirit, or our cultural way of life, our traditions, have always been around from the beginning of time. How about we are voodoo? We are spirit. How about that? Okay? Now, getting spiritually connected, open your mind. Read all you can read. I don't care what it is you learn about it. The problem is, you got to start somewhere. And you got to kind of like get out of the Christian stuff because you already know what it is. A lot of people are feeling like, man, where's God? God wasn't there. I was watching something the other day and the lady said, well, God didn't help me when I prayed and my husband died and he had cancer. So a lot of people are coming out of the churches, not just here, all over the world. People are coming out of the churches. They ain't trying to hear that Christian stuff no more. They're not trying to hear about Islam. They're not trying to hear about, Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist. They're not trying to hear about it. So with saying that,
yeah, they have a statistic saying African American women are leaving the church.
Right.
In big numbers.
So with saying that, it's already happening naturally. But now, like Candy said, it opened the portal when Nipsey's mother, or Ermias's mother, decided to pour libations on stage. It opened a great portal to say, what is she doing? And I'm happy, y'all. I was clapping. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, okay?
Yeah. Tiger Divine says he'd like to know about all traditions. Maybe that's the Sagittarius in him.
Tiger
So
Divine,
he said he
and that's what I
rejects that.
mean. You opening your mind to learn about all traditions. You're not okay. This is the thing. You're not going to get spiritually connected for you to go and just go back and say, "Well, I'm going to practice Buddhism." Okay, you're getting spiritually connected to have an open mind to appreciate all. And see, that's what we have to do. Some people are so closed-minded; they don't want to know nothing but nothing at all. You can't do that. You want to open your mind. That's right. You study all traditions. You learn about them. You just opening your mind to be more spiritual. It has nothing to do with worshiping a thing. Okay? Has nothing to do with worshiping a thing except for your ancestors. And if you all notice, United States is the only one who does not pay homage to their ancestors. Let me tell y'all something. China does. India does. All these other places are really big on paying homage to their ancestors, whether they worship Kali Ma. They still honor their ancestors. We don't. In the United States of America, we don't honor shit. But goddamn money and cars and material shit. For real.
Well, I can say this, like in Louisiana, a lot of them do honor the people that were in Louisiana. But the thing about Louisiana is funny because they make up their own rules. That I was reading one book, they were saying that Karl Marx was a Loa in New Orleans. Now, of course, you know he was a racist, so I thought that was funny. But they kind of, I think they kind of the only city in America that do the older people, not these young ones. They did worship. They did pay homage to the people that grew up or that were really big in New Orleans. Like New Orleans still pay homage to Marie Laveau and Carl Montague.
Okay. That's a good thing.
John Montague, I'm sorry.
Well, then they need to spread the word. It's because our ancestors are the most beautiful. Let's put it this way. Without your ancestors, you can't exist. That's why it's so important for you to pay homage to them and recognize them and embrace the energy of your ancestors, because without them, you can't exist. And also, you share the same DNA. So when you need that information, another thing. Number 2, spiritually opening your mind. Right? Number 2, your ancestors will guide. Once you begin to pay homage and build your altars and have your shrines for your ancestors, they will guide and talk to them. Right? They'll guide. Even down to the point where I remember one time I was getting real, kind of foggy with my readings, and because I had a lot going on in my mind. So what I would do is I would call upon the spirit of my ancestors. I say, help me see clear. Now, when I'm doing my readings without a divination mat, and I'm just reading just like on air for y'all, I like to call on the ancestors before I do, because they help you see clearer. Okay? That's another thing. You can call your ancestors and ask your ancestors to guide your path, to open your mind, to be more spiritually connected with nature, with them, with there's a saying in Africa, everywhere there's sky, there's spirit. Everywhere there's sky, there's spirit. That tree has a spirit. The sun has a spirit. The water has a spirit. So with saying that, you want to become connected with everything around you, with the universe, with the stars, with the planets, all of that. Okay?
She's not lying, because I
go ahead.
There's certain places now that I go, like in certain places now I feel like I can't go because spirits or the elements or a tree, rocks, all these damn things talk to me and it be bugging me out sometimes. And so I have
Tell them what happened yesterday.
Oh yeah, we was cleansing off a client, right?
2, 3, no, 4.
4 clients. And where we were, it was a big rock, and it just kept talking to me the whole time. And I'm like, am I bugging? And so I took a picture of the rock, and then later when we was finished, and I showed her the picture, I said, what was this rock saying to me? And she told me, and I was like, I thought I was tripping. But the rock wanted me to bring him home. And it was crazy. I was like, but she told me, she confirmed it, and I don't know, I'm just thankful that I have her. But like, because sometimes I think I'll be going crazy, because I'm like, I know that, I understand, I know when spirits are talking to me, but when a rock starts talking to me in trees, it kind of bugged me out. Because
like we say, everywhere there's sky, there's spirit. So pretty much, you want to also, this is another way of getting spiritually connected, is pretty much talking to the things around you. I don't give a goddamn who say what. They can say you crazy or you want to. Connecting yourself with the very thing that you're a part of. As I always say, when you walk outside, you walk into yourself. So with saying that, start having, a conversation with the tree. I don't care who's looking. Have a conversation with the spirit of the water when you get in the shower. So what you're doing is you're spiritually connecting yourself with everything around you, and you're intertwining your spirit with everything around you, which makes you more spiritual, like I like to say. Okay? Taking time to quiet your mind is another way that you want to get spiritually connected. Don't let everything, because we worry, we got everything we got to do, pay bills, family, whatever, go to work. Shut that down sometime. I don't care, 15 minutes a day, shut it down. Don't worry about nothing. Okay? No thing, nothing. You got to shut your mind down sometime. Because if you don't, you can't get spiritually connected because you're so focused on the physical. You remember, when we say spiritually connected, we're connecting our spirits with everything. Okay?
Chirac Holmes says, how do you call on the ancestors?
I just did a video, and it should be on YouTube with y'all like my little emoji me. So y'all will see a lot of my emoji me sometimes, so that way I don't have to get on camera and do my hair and everything. So y'all will see that. But connecting with your ancestors, first of all, the secret to actually opening the portal to communicating with ancestors is always going to be through the maternal side. And this is pretty much with every tradition. Yoruba do it, and our excuse me, our tradition, we do it. Flutista, we do it. Most tribes, you always go through the maternal side, because the maternal side is the mitochondrial DNA, and that's where you get your, power from, okay? So what you want to do is you want to go through your maternal side, and then you can actually call upon all the rest of your ancestors. One of the things is calling on them outside. I like to start people out with going to the tree. Going to a tree and call through your maternal side. So if your mother's name is Kathy, and then your grandmother's name is Mabel, then you're gonna say, even though your mother's alive, you're gonna say, I'm calling through my mother Mabel to my grandmother, or my mother Kathy to my grandmother Mabel, and I'm asking that my ancestors rise up, ancestors rise up, and then you can call on all other your all other ancestors too. You want to give your ancestors offerings. You want to give them water. You want to, here.
Feed them too, things they like.
Right, certain things they like. You know what I mean? You can set up here, because you're not in Africa. It's hard to set up a real shrine. Most shrines are set up outside. You have a shrine to your ancestors in another building. Here you can do it. You can set up an altar for your ancestors in the house. Most of y'all have them and don't even know it. You got pictures on top of your mantles of your ancestors and don't even know it, okay? You're just not paying attention to them.
Yeah.
Start paying attention to them. They speak to you. And if you don't believe me, when you start calling on them, ask them, are you around? They're going to let you know. I told this story before. I was doing a ritual one time, and I called upon my mother. Ma, let me know you here. I'm mad. I'm doing a ritual because I'm tired of people doing evil, right? Excuse me, y'all. George just kicked my ass with allergies, so y'all gonna hear a lot of... Anyway, so I said, Ma, let me know you here. I'm going in. And I had a washing machine at that time. The only way it would turn on is if you pull the knob out. Okay? After I call her and I say, Ma, let me know you here with me on this ritual right here, the washing machine came on. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not playing. For real. She let me know I'm here. I got you. This is how you're going to know your ancestors around. Sometimes they'll do things, especially when I do a lot of work. When I have my other house, I would do my work outside. I have my shrines outside. The birds will fly by. The cat will run up the tree. Let me know that the ancestors were there. The leaves will fall. You see what I'm saying? Always pay attention to the signs. Sometimes in a house, a picture will fall off the wall. After I would ask, if you're here, let me know your presence. But y'all can't be scared, though. Because some people so goddamn scary. Y'all can't be scared. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some of y'all run out the goddamn door. Now, let me explain something to you. Your ancestors will not harm you. Your ancestors will not scare you. If they know if you're going to be startled by their presence.
Yeah, they won't even show themselves.
They won't even show themselves. But that doesn't mean they don't hear you. Okay? So you want to start, my brother, by going outside, pouring water, libations, paying homage to your ancestors, and doing that often. Every morning you get up, pour some water. You going to work, pour some water. You know what I mean? Thank you, ancestors. I love you. I know you guided me. I know you walking with me. You understand? Don't do nothing without your ancestors. Okay?
By the number says he said since he moved down traffic down south, he's noticed the spirits. I mean the trees speak to him. So a lot of people are noticing that. Christy Maat also said that happened to her today. Two little salamanders talked to her.
See, you see what I'm saying? And see, this is the thing. What y'all gotta understand, you may not have, you may not have or be a spiritualist some, but it's coming. Your DNA is reactivating, and your transforming at a cellular level. So it's saying that don't get discouraged because it's happening naturally. Some are faster than others, but to help you get spiritually connected, these are some of the things you want to do. Another thing you want to do is start really having gratitude for what you got. Change your vocabulary, change the way you think, change your attitude. Let me tell y'all, this plays a very important part in you becoming spiritually connected. Okay? And I don't mean in the sense, well, namaste. It's not that you got to be humble because y'all see I'm a big mouth. But at the end of the day,
facts. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shut up. You a big mouth too. At the end of the day, we got to understand it's still having gratitude for the things that you have and speaking a certain way, not getting angry about stuff you ain't got no business getting angry about. There's a lot of things that you can do to actually help you become spiritually connected. You know what I mean? Having gratitude for a place to even stay. Some of us, we running our mouths, we complaining, we angry, we holding on to the past. First of all, let go of your past. You can't change the past, so don't try to hold on to it. If you can change it, show me how. And you know what? I'm going to be your best friend. Because at the end of the day, we all been through some things. So we're saying that you want to be very, very mindful of letting go. Letting go of things you cannot handle. Come on now, that you can't do nothing about. Let it go. I hope y'all writing this down. Y'all asked me to do the show, so I hope y'all writing this down.
Tiger Divine says, you hit on something he said, he put in the post. He said, yeah, that's why I get so tired of seeing our black people here in the U.S. They act like there's nothing besides to make money, sports, and material things, and they act like they're so bored.
Yeah, well, that's black people in the U.S., you got to realize, but I don't get mad at my sisters and brothers here because we have been brainwashed and programmed, and you have taught how to think like an American, how to live like an American, and you feel that there's no other way to live. And this is why it's important for you to open your mind, travel, go many places, learn about other cultures. One of the things about growing up in New York, y'all, I was appreciative of the fact that there was every other race in New York. Every other race in New York. When I say that, I met Russians, I met Indians from different parts of India, I met, Europeans. New York is a melting pot, so you get to experience the diversity of cultures. And if you got an open mind, I didn't mind hanging out with them. You damn right. I had one I was in college, y'all, and I had met these girls from India, and they still wore their Indian garb and stuff like that, and they invited me over. They really liked me, right? So they gave me a whole Indian garb thing and all this, and then it was crazy because they invited me over to eat. Now, me being a true African, I ain't trying to eat nobody's food. She was begging me, just try a little bit of my food. You can take my call. Man, let me tell you something. When I put the bowl of rice up to my nose, it smelled like straight goddamn ammonia. Straight ammonia. I was like, look here. I'm sorry. I said, but I can't eat this. I said, I said to her, in our culture, we're really not supposed to eat from people. I want to be respectful, but I'm not supposed to, eat from people. But when I tell y'all it smelled straight like ammonia, that rice smelled like they poured a bottle of ammonia. I wasn't eating that shit. You understand? But it was good to know about your culture. Maybe you put a little bit of ammonia. I don't know what the hell y'all cook your food with, but I don't eat from nobody anyway. Okay? The whole point is I was able to experience other cultures and learn about their cultures, and that's why you got to open your mind. Stop limiting yourself.
Yeah, and you're right. You hit on something too. Like as spiritualists, we shouldn't eat from everybody anyway.
Right.
We got plenty of stories, especially her, about that not going too well for people.
That's right. People could put stuff and put snakes in your stomach, spiders in your stomach, certain things they could pray over your stuff, and herbs they can use to push stuff in your
They
body.
put a spirit in your stomach.
So you be careful with that. Don't eat from everybody. As a matter of fact, even some of your goddamn family members, okay? Because some of them be doing work on their own damn family, okay?
Yeah, brothers, sisters, mamas, everybody. But let me see. Let me get back to one of the comments.
I got some from Facebook too. I got to answer, but go ahead.
Afunde says, "I'm feeling like the burning of the cathedral was a sign of Christianity ending."
That's one of the signs. That's one of the signs. It's karma for that church. That was a big sign for Christianity ending. You got to remember the artifacts in there had to burn because they stole a lot of ancient artifacts. Then you got to remember they actually messed with Haiti and messed with Louisiana.
But the cross didn't burn. The stone cross didn't burn.
Well, goddamn it, I don't know about that. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, that was a sign. And see, this is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all gotta pay attention. Do pay attention because they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you caught up emotionally. Okay? They're gonna get you. I'm trying to answer. Somebody asked the question or made a statement I'm trying to go to. So let me get to Facebook.
All right. While you're looking for that, Chirock Holmes says my lights flicker in my kitchen sometimes.
That could be demons, disagreeable spirits, or ancestors. I don't want to scare you, but
it depends.
It depends. What else is happening when your lights flicker?
777. She's speaking of the ancestors, or he or she is speaking of the ancestors. They will not speak unless you give them offerings. Sometimes I just speak, but I don't get anything.
Okay? Sometimes it's not meant for you to hear, but do pay attention to the signs. Just because they speak, because everybody's not a hearer, everybody's not a seer, everybody's not a healer. Okay? Sometimes they won't communicate. That's not your gift to hear them. You see what I'm saying? But don't feel like, okay, well, I can hear everybody. That ain't your gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to answer some people's questions up here.
Okay.
Any more comments in?
One more comment. Well, back on the same subject. Tiger Divine says, I feel if black people traded sports for elevating their minds, body, and spirit, we would be far better off. I agree with that. I don't, and I actually feel like if we pay more to the spiritual stuff instead of relying on religion, I don't think we will be a victim of police brutality like we are. And a lot of times, you can make things happen with spirit, just especially if you're connected and those spirits walk with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Candy Rain says, all of these churches burning could be for us to find the God within.
Oh, speaking of that, I think it was a week or two ago, last week, I don't remember, but there was what do you think about this? I think it was in Louisiana somewhere, the police chief, his son, or police officer, I don't know if he was a chief or officer, but his son he was burning down churches in Louisiana, and his dad found out and had to turn him in. What do you think about that?
You gotta be careful what you watch. Sometimes they show you fake news, okay? A lot of times you're watching fake news. I don't lost respect for the news, y'all. I lost respect because you unless you can see, and a lot of us have logical sense. You don't just have to be a seer either. You know what is fake and what is real, okay? Now we're saying that I think that's another sign. Like Candy Rain said, they're letting you know subliminally what's taking place. They're letting you know subliminally what's taking place. So pretty much, that young man, that by them saying that he was burning down the churches, okay, I feel like there was a subliminal messages there's a lot of them being sent. So when we talk about the churches burning down, we we got to think about it. It's a subliminal message letting you know we're coming out of that age, which is the Christian age, the Piscean age.
And a lot of things too, like now it feels like almost like they're trying to get black people to stop worshiping white Jesus anyway, because a lot of times they're burning these churches when there's nobody in them. Remember in the 40s and 60s they were doing that shit when black people was in them too. They was blowing them up and burning them and setting them on fire. So I don't know. I think about all these things that we're actually talking about too. You know.
Well, you remember y'all? I put up a video a couple of weeks ago. The Fifth Dimension in 1969 singing "The Age of Aquarius," which was preparing you to become, to come into this age. Okay, so I'm not surprised they were doing that back then. Especially in the South, burning down black churches. All of that. At the end of the day, what's sad about it though, if you all notice, have you all ever noticed that a lot of white people, I only see this in the South, but up north, I didn't see a lot of white people going to church. You did not see the most I ever seen white people go to church up in north or in New York was when 9/11 happened. That church was filled up. You see, it was filled up.
She-Rock Holmes says, I'm not scared at all. He says, I've had paranormal experiences as a child and as an adult. I have had dreams about my father's death before he passed.
Okay. Well, I don't like to use the word paranormal. I'm just being serious about it because, you got demons, you got disagreeable spirits, you got all kind of, you got ancestors that walk around you. I mean, there's so many different type of invisible beings that we could talk about. Go ahead.
By the number says, what do you think of the bombings in Sri Lanka? I seen that on the news, but I didn't even pay attention to what was going on. I think I seen something in passing when I was reading. I was reading something on my phone, and they said 200 killed in Sri Lanka, but I don't know what happened. Sri Lanka, whatever it's called. They said like 200 people were killed. I don't know if that's true. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really know what happened. I just glanced over it. I don't really like reading about stuff like that, people getting killed, and I don't like seeing stuff like that, so I usually don't look at it. But tell me what happened.
All right. Let's get back to being spiritually connected. We talked about the mind. Now let's talk about the body, because the spirit is connected to the body. One of the things you want to focus on too is changing your diet, eating more healthy foods. Okay, that means trying to eat more greens, working on your diet, working on cleansing your body, drinking water. Right now, water is the most powerful element in the universe, so you want to start drinking more water. Okay, start really taking water down in your system. Pray over your water if you have to. Okay.
Now, I say not only that, do that when you go out, like you go out to a restaurant, you eat. Pray over your food before you eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another thing.
And drink it.
Now, most importantly though, is becoming spiritually connected. When we talk about your diet, greens, greens alive. They have spirits. Before you even eat them, ask them permission. Okay, you eat your greens. Okay. All right. Toby says, oh no, Tasha and Zinga says, what is it when you see or mention things that happened in the past, but it wasn't to you, but a relative that had passed long before you were ever born? All right, what is it when you see or mention things that happened in the past, but it wasn't to you, but a relative that had that?
You got a gift to see.
You have a gift to see. That basically means that you are able to see, things from the past, right? That's a beautiful gift. That's exactly what I do. When I do readings, I can see stuff like that. You know what I mean? I had a girl that came to me years ago. She came to me, and I was doing her reading, and her dad died, and her dad showed me that he used to put her on her lap and shake his knee a lot with her, right? And she started breaking down crying because she was like, wow, you could see that? I said, yeah. I said, your daddy's right here in this room. He's showing me that he used to put you on it. And she started breaking down crying, like with emotion. You know what I mean?
And that's true. And a lot of times I tell people stuff that like when I'm reading them or she's reading them, or we both doing the reading or anything like that, she'll tell them stuff like that, and or I tell them stuff like that. But the thing that what one of her gifts is, she could intuitively see what's medically wrong in your body, and a lot of times she tell women what's going on with them, and it won't even like they don't even ask. They be concerned with other stuff. And that's another thing. When you get in these reading in spirit shows us something, and we tell you, you need to take heed to it and take care of it, because spirit wanted you to know that. Why you worrying about other things? Some people they health is bad and they worrying about what this man is doing or what this woman is doing. And spirit didn't just bring you here to us to get that reading. So a lot of times when we tell you things that we know that you may sometimes you might pay for one reading and spirit to say we have to tell you this.
Right.
So y'all need to, a lot of times when y'all have stuff like that going on, you really need to pay attention to what's more important and prioritize that also. Good. I just wanted to say that because a lot of people don't.
Yeah, good information. Okay, so now we want to go to what Makila says. I don't watch scary movies or murdering in the news. Murdering isn't entertaining me. I'm thankful I haven't. I'm with you on that. I don't like to see that. It really gets to me. Like, you become, and another thing, when you become spiritually connected, you become, if you're not already empathic, you get even more empathic.
Mm-hmm.
When you become spiritually connected, you're going to become so sensitive to the littlest thing, like killing an ant on the ground is going to be sensitive to you. You're going to feel sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You're going to feel sorry to kill a spider. Only time I kill a spider is if that spider is in the house, because I don't know if it's poisonous or not, and I ain't trying to get bit by no spider. But if it's on its own habitat outside, I leave it alone. But that's how you know when you're becoming spiritually connected, because you could become sensitive to the things around you. Everything has a spirit. Everything has a spirit, okay?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you like I was saying earlier, like it's just certain places, like we don't like to go in crowds because both of us are empathic.
Yeah.
And even when we go to, like, if I go to a graveyard, all the spirits I start feeling what they went through and all of this, and it throws me off because I know they want something, but I'm so emotional because I'm feeling what they feeling, so I have to ask her. We went to a funeral. We went to a graveyard a couple of weeks ago, and these Chinese people showed up, and they was asking for water before we left. So it's crazy. Like all the spirits start coming to us, like 3 or 4 spirits, and it's like, man, let's hurry up and get the hell out of here, because they want a lot of them want this and want that because other people can't see them.
Okay, Ozzy says, what about having a discerning spirit? You sound like a Christian, Ozzy. What church you go to? Methodist, Baptist? Which one you go to, Ozzy? Okay. A discerning spirit basically is having the ability to, discern different things. It's no different than being a seer. And let me just say this, Christians. A seer's in the Bible. Daniel was a seer.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel was a seer. So that's why I like to, use the terminology of the original African way, because a lot of people know this is what I say. I'm a seer. I'm not a psychic. I'm a seer. Okay? But it's the same thing, Ozzy. You basically have a gift to be able to see things before, in church they call it discerning. In Africa we call it seeing. Okay? Well, the dreams and sense of something is wrong can be difficult. I dreamed of being murdered, but a close friend was found that exact way that I kept dreaming. Really thought and thinks. Wait, hold on. Let me see what it's saying. Really thought and thinks something is wrong with me. Well, Tasha and Zinga, nothing's wrong with you. You have a natural gift. You're spiritual, and you can see. You see what I'm saying? And spirit will use people. Spirit will use vessels. And see, that's what we don't understand. You're just a messenger. You're a messenger. It's a beautiful thing to have a gift to be able to give a message. That's what we're here for, to give messages. Okay? I'm just messing with you, Ozzy. I know you don't go to church.
Tiger Devon says, can y'all briefly break down the meaning of empath and the opposite of that too, y'all?
Brother Dinkle, you want to break it down?
Empathic is somebody that picks up how somebody else feels, and not only that, you pick up their energy. So if you're around a negative person that you don't even know, sometimes you may be around a person that you just meet, and you'll pick up on their spirit right away. You be like, and then y'all ever been around people, y'all be like, I don't like that motherfucker, but I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. Sometimes that comes from being empathic. And then sometimes like we'll be somewhere and she may see a man and the spirit will show her this dude is beating the hell out of his wife when they at home. So it's a lot of things, but mostly it's just picking up people's energy.
You can pick up a lot of different, and you can pick up different demons. You can pick up spirits from the trees. So being empathic is meaning that you're very in tune with everything around you, and especially nature, and you're in tune with every spirit that you know what I mean, that comes across you. So when you say you're empathic, you can't be around a lot of people because you're absorbing their energy. You're seeing what's going on with them. You're watching, these people, and you're reading their spirits. You're picking up on their spiritual energy. So when you can do that, you're very empathic. And once you become spiritually connected, as this show was entitled, then you will see. You will become like certain things you just can't tolerate. I can't be around a whole bunch of people because I got energy here and energy there, and I'm picking up demons over here. I'm in the grocery store. I'm seeing this woman. You a witch. I said you doing work. And I could see it, y'all. I can tell who's practicing evil, who's not. I can tell demons. I can tell you what demons are in them. You see what I'm saying? This is being highly empathic. Now, the opposite of what you said is a person that is not in tune with the spiritual self. Okay? That's not in tune with the spiritual self. So it doesn't bother you to be around a crowd of people because you're not picking and drawing from their energy. Okay?
Chet Rock Holmes said he picked up he saw his aunt's death before it happened and he heard it. And it's funny because a lot of times we do that also. A lot of times, like especially with her, she does readings and she'll see them getting shot and she could feel it, like where they got shot at and all of that. Sometimes she does readings for people and she could smell the person, and this is over the phone.
Yeah,
like real talk. So it's just funny.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine years ago, and he had gotten a bad car accident, but we were very close. I mean, really, really good friend, like my buddy. You know what I mean? Him and his girlfriend, I used to counsel him, but we were very close. And I was sleeping, and I was like, in between the sleep state and the awake state, and I seen this like straight blood come to the front of my head, and it was like boom. At that moment, I knew something was wrong because he got in an accident. Okay, it's just like a couple of months. When my nephew got shot last month, I was in the kitchen, walking from the kitchen at 4 o'clock. It was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to stop at the table because I had to stop because I got dizzy and I just went like this. And at that time is when he was shot. So that's being empathic. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's not, it could be good, it could be bad. Because you can't be around a lot of people. You know what I mean? Okay. Erica Neal says, my son's dad was murdered, and he came to me in my dreams to tell me who murdered him. I thought I was losing my mind. Erica Neal, they'll do that. Ancestors will do that. They will tell you who murdered them. Oh, they sure will. As a matter of fact, when I was 6 years old, I know actually I was a little bit young. I was 5. My grandfather, when he died at that time in New York and Brooklyn, we couldn't go to the hospital. Children wasn't allowed in ICU at that time. And when my granddaddy died, my mother told me that I told her how he died and what they did. Come to find out, it was true. He was calling for oxygen, and the nurse never came, and he died because he lacked oxygen. And my mother said that's what happened. But he came to me, and he told me that. And I said, Mommy, I was little. I said, Mommy, Granddaddy told me that he died because he was calling for oxygen and the nurse never came. So they'll come to you if you're spiritual. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Oh. Okay. Blessings to you, Renee. Peace and blessings. Renee, by the way, the other day, that was my grandbaby. That was my grandbaby getting down in that video, y'all. She's 7, okay? And she's silly. She's the youngest comedian I know. That little girl has me laughing, okay? But that was her dancing in the video. She's silly like that.
Cheap Rock Home says, what type of gift is that when you dream of things before it happened? You want to answer that?
That's basically like your dream seer.
Yeah, like prophet. That's called what we call prophetic.
Like a prophet, you know,
prophetic
what you use the word prophetic dreams. Like you have a gift to see in your dreams, so your messages will come through the dreams, opposed to physically, because you may not be able to handle it. Everybody has a gift in a certain way. Everybody has different kind of gifts, but everybody don't have the same gift. Everybody has a natural intuition. Every being in this earth has a natural intuition, but everybody don't have the same gift. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to go on because we're getting ready to get up off of here, y'all. We talked about changing your diet to become spiritually connected, changing your mindset, changing the way you think, having gratitude for the things that you have. You know, stop being angry. That's another way of becoming more spiritually connected, because you being angry ain't helping nothing. Letting go of the past, getting deprogrammed, deleting it out of your mind, and reprogramming, opening your mind to learn everything. Just don't, stick with Christianity. That's not the only spirituality. This is something you already know. No, learn something else. Yeah. That's a way of coming spiritually connected. Another thing too is certain things you eat. Like we said, there's certain foods, especially plant-based foods, that also will help you become spiritually connected too. Believe it or not, every tree on this planet is connected. Okay? Every tree, every plant. Okay? Another thing too, we have minerals that we take over the years for over, I would say it's been about 18 years now that I've been taking. I would take, monatomic gold, Vidium, things that, I would take also that will kind of open up your first eye. Some of you have all purchased our product, Cosmic Conscious You. Some of you have purchased the second level, which is Spiritually Ascension, and we'll be coming out with the third level real soon, which is called Sirius D. Okay? This one has the ultimate, okay? And this was given to me by the spirit of the ancestors and the higher beings. This one is called Sirius D. This is a powder form that you can put in your food. You can drink it, whatever you want to do with it. You put it in water, only in water though, because water is going to enhance it. But this is overall body feeling better, mind feeling better, your first eye opening up, powerful minerals that the spirit told me to put together. We'll be talking about it next week sometime. That's coming soon, and it's called Sirius D, the ultimate. If you got health problems, if your mind is cloudy, it's gonna help everything.
777 said, is it hard finding your real gift? Sometimes you just know what your gift is and you think something's wrong with you, like those on the line that can see things or dream of things. And then some of y'all don't know, because some of y'all might actually be healers or something else. So, I mean, if it's not obvious, I would get a reading. And if you're going through these issues and seeing things and stuff like that or picking up energy from people, I would still get a reading anyway, just to see.
That's right.
Just to make sure, because a lot of times, like WUNAM and me, we both have more than one gift. We don't just see we're healers and the other things that we can do.
Right.
So right. I would recommend get a reading from somebody that's good, especially somebody that could actually see.
Right. All right. Let me answer Xenia's question before we get off here, family. Is it a gift to be able to see dead people that come to let you know their transition and that someone will be next? Yeah, that's a gift. You're a messenger. You're a messenger. You're definitely a messenger. Okay.
And if y'all want to get a reading from us, y'all can go into any of our previous videos and just click the link on YouTube or Facebook, and it'll take you straight to our page.
That's right. Xena, actually, you know what? And that's a gift. But it's, see, sometime, and I'm going to share this with y'all before we go. I had a client that called into my show a couple of years ago when I was doing a radio show. And he had a grandbaby. He asked me about his grandbaby. And one of the brothers, Brother Keprapata, was reading with me that evening. grandbaby, cutest little thing, and I think the baby was only maybe about a month old, and he was in a hospital. And he asked us if the baby was going to live. He was at the hospital with the baby, and it was hard, especially on air, to tell him that what the ancestors were showing us. So what we had to do is, because it was a little baby, I told him, I said, well, go outside and pour libations to the ancestors. And I said, and if it is their will to take the baby, then you're going to have to accept it. I said, but I don't want to tell you if the baby's going to live or die, but I seen it. The ancestors showed me them taking the baby, but I couldn't tell them that on air. You see? So it's kind of hard because people get kind of, scared and, creepy. And that's why they don't like to get messages or get readings, because of stuff like that.
And then also a lot of times when it comes to relationships, a lot of times, like, I actually got in trouble by my wife one time because I seen some stuff going on with this couple's relationship, and I seen that his wife was cheating, so I just told him. And so but I didn't know the guy was gonna flip out, and she was like, no, she had to clean all of that up for me, because sometimes you got to be able to read if this person is gonna flip out and kill his mate, and vice versa. So it's like sometimes too, you got to be careful when you're doing these readings for people, for those of y'all that can read.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with that. You got to be very careful with that, because you got to be able to see so much. And not only that, use your logical sense too. You know what I mean? Because you don't know people. So you got to be careful, because you be able to tell the man he cheated, his wife was cheating, you're going straight to kill her. He ain't thinking.
And then a lot of times, like I had to tell my wife, we can't.
Hey, we're on the show. Stop banging on that door.
Like our friends and stuff, like, we not reading for them like that, because a lot of times they'll ask us, and we'll be honest and say what we see, and then next thing you know, our name is in their mouth, and then they significant others like, yeah, you told my wife I was cheating. And then, like, if we see it, we see what we see, like, what you want us to lie. So a lot of times we don't even like men. Like, I hate shit like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm not. See, the thing about it is that it's hard, because I get a man and a woman. The man came to me first. The woman came second. She's cool. I'm cool with them, but I'm not gonna lie. You asking me to do something that is not even in my character. I'm going to keep it real. Not only that, I'm always going to be spiritual first. I take my spirituality very serious. I don't play with my spirituality. And I'm going to tell you, somebody got cussed out on goddamn Instagram last night about it, playing around, talking about, I'm going to call you Miss Cleo. I said, don't play with me like that. I said, don't play with me. I take my spirituality, my African indigenous spirituality, very seriously, y'all. So with saying that, I don't like to be caught in the middle of people's, drama. So a lot of times, after that incident that happened he's talking about, I let her know. I said, let me tell you something. Don't come at me like that. And at the end of the day, I told you, keep my name out of it. If you're going to say you're getting a reading, get your reading. But don't say Nikki said nothing. Because people crazy too. They might try to come after you.
And men are worse than women. A woman will hold it to a woman. Most women will hold it and be mad at the dude. And the dudes be like, nah, Nikki said. Or her brother Nikki said. He'd be like, yo, don't be putting me in the middle of your shit.
Yeah, come on, because you come after me, it's gonna be a problem. Because we got spiritual warfare and physical warfare. Because I still got the street part of me. Although I'm gonna always be spiritual first, but don't come at me physically. Stay your ass over there, mind your business, do what y'all do. If y'all can't get it together, that's your problem. Don't call me for readings if you want a lot. We're not in the business to lie to you. However, as I said, with situations like we just talked about, baby dying, you have to find a way to tell the people.
Yeah.
Always refer them to their ancestors and let them know if that's the case, because sometimes the ancestors may not take them. But if I see that, especially with children, I'm not telling you. And it's not that I'm lying. What I'm saying is your spirit is not going to be prepared for that. So I have to tell you to go to your ancestors on that, even though I may see the truth. You see? So, those are some of the things, we might do a show on that. The things that, priestess and babalaos and traditional healers go through.
We got a lot of stories.
We got so many stories, it's not even funny. Maybe we'll do a show about that, because people don't realize you like in another whole world.
And that's another thing. Y'all, a lot of people that are used to getting readings, a lot of times when things start happening bad to them, they always think that it's spiritual, and a lot of times it's not. And so that's another thing that we always have to, if I always go to somebody that's really good at reading, because a lot of times these people will tell you anything just to take your money, have you scared to death, and a lot of times they come to us, we like, we don't see that. And sometimes, a lot of times, especially with black people, they'll be going to somebody that's not black, and we'll see that that person is getting readings and stuff, that they're actually spiritual and they got more power than a person they paying to do the ritual.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of times people just take advantage of your lack of knowledge of what you don't know and your fear.
That's right. But on that note, family, hope we was able to be. Now I don't want to say hope. No, we was able to help y'all.
Yes.
With learning how to become spiritually connected. We're gonna come on tomorrow night because we did put it on the calendar. First of all, start checking out the website. We revised the website, y'all. Go to www.WUNAM, WUNAM and AND, ADINKRA, ADINKRA.com. Check out the website. Did some new things. We have on the calendar. We should be on tomorrow night. We'll do another video and get used to seeing more of my emoji me's messages, okay? That's my emoji me's. We'll be on tomorrow night again, so tune in tomorrow night. But tonight, we talked about how to get spiritually connected.
I'm gonna answer one more question. Sag Fire Rising said, "Are you guys ever wrong?" We don't profess to be 100% correct, because if anybody tells you that they're 100% correct, they're lying. But what we do is we just be honest with people, and we tell you what spirits show us. If spirits show me a vision or something, I'm gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm. All right, now last thing, I get mad at YouTube. No, at Tube Tarot card readers reading celebrity. Candy, don't promote this shit on here. We don't want to hear about Tube Tarot. Don't promote that shit. They don't even get what. First of all, let me just say this. We've done celebrity readings before, but we don't go in depth into it. Like I did the one on what's his name? James Harden.
James Harden, yeah.
Right? Basically describing his personality and saying what I seen spiritually. But I don't do celebrities and get in their business.
Yeah, because people like to be nosy and tell shit.
Right, tell shit. So, Candy, I hear you. You know what I mean? But they out of order for that. But to say, well, can you read Beyonce's personality? Sure. Well, Spirit showed me that she got a really good heart. She's really a good girl, but she's caught up in the, you know what I mean? I'll do stuff like that. We'll do stuff like that. But I'm not getting what's going on in Beyonce and them's household, because I can see that.
And also, you got to realize that well, not NICKY, she's have read for celebrities, a bunch of them, so that's why we just really ain't on that telling people business and stuff like that.
And a lot of times, they'll let you know, but you be careful with that. You know what I mean? A lot of these people on YouTube reading celebrities and people eating it up.
And a lot of times they be fucking lying. They be making up shit.
Yeah, they be making up shit too sometimes.
They be making up shit, especially it's the one, and it trips me out, because the ones that got a lot of people watching them, a lot of times they just be making up shit about like, oh yeah, I called Michael Jackson and he told me this and he told me that and all this other bullshit, and you be like, why would he even care about this if he existed 10,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago? He don't even really care about what's going on today. And that a lot of stuff, it
and Michael Jackson ain't in the spiritual realm anyway.
Yeah, so people just be making up shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, no, be careful with that. Be careful what that says. Yeah, Candy, I gotta keep it G. Ain't nobody trying to, although let's not get it confused though. Celebrities are only another form of human beings that got more exposure. I don't treat them, when I read for celebrities, they get treated no different than you or any of y'all on this line. He'll tell you, I don't care who you are. I don't give a goddamn if you was Michael Jackson, so you call me for a reading, I'm gonna give you a reading. I don't care. I'm not gonna get out, oh wow, I'm talking, you know what I mean? I've had celebrities call me, oh this is something, and I'll be like, okay, how can I help you? I treat them just like everybody else, because see, the thing about it, they already got their heads blown the goddamn up. And what's true about these celebrities, a lot of them got issues. A lot of them are dealing with some emotional distresses. They ain't no different. Only thing, they may have a little bit more money and a little bit more exposure. But when it comes down to going through what we going through, y'all know they got the same problems.
And a lot of them are getting into African spirituality.
Spirituality. And some of them are already been doing it behind closed doors.
And a lot of them ain't devil worshippers and shit. Like everybody on YouTube be making a video about these motherfuckers being Masons and devil worshippers, and a lot of them ain't.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Zena Williams, it might be your phone. Is anybody else having any buffering problems? Anybody else have any? Anyway, family, been nice. Gotta go eat. Hungry. I will talk to y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Tune in tomorrow night. Another great topic, another great show.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to Spiritual Seeing News. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Come on, Michaela. You coming too late. We got to go. All right. We'll answer that question tomorrow. Peace, blessings.
Peace.